Listen, I am so behind with my series recaps and my movie reviews, but I could not let another day pass without reviewing The Substance. This movie is so good, but I just have to take this time to say Demi Moore, 40 years into her career, is stunning. She is gorgeous. She is the formula, and it does not get better than her. And she is the perfect person to tell this story. This story is so layered, but on a surface level, it basically follows Demi Moore plays this fitness guru who has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She even has an Oscar. Face value, she looks like she has it all. But behind the scenes, her producer is trying to replace her with a younger version to market it to the masses because she is aged out. And this internalizes her. She's distracted because they're removing her billboard because she is being replaced. And she feels like she's not just being replaced, her job is being replaced. But her position in life, her as a woman, she feels like the entirety of her is being replaced with a younger, more marketable version of herself. And so she gets distracted by that, has a car accident, is hospitalized, and one of the medical staff slips her this USB drive, which has information about her replacing her cell as a younger person. She can replace her cell or duplicate herself, clone herself as a younger version. Is intermittent, so it happens every 7 days. And her younger version is played by Margaret Qualley. Her producer is played by Dennis Quaid. And they're orchestrating to replace her. And so she decides to try this out. Death becomes her. But it's a little more layered than that. So she tries it out. And Margaret Qualley is addicted to the attention that she's getting. And when they get an inkling that she may not be the replacement that they need to market her, she thinks that, but that's not really what it is. Then she tries to extend this shelf life longer than 7 days. Now, this is a rated R body horror film. For a lot of the movie, they're naked. So this is not going to be for everybody. But the way they tell this story about how they're gatekeepers in beauty, and these gatekeepers, most of them aren't even women, but they're gatekeepers in the beauty industry, and they manipulate women into chasing youth and beauty and unattainable beauty that makes women feel unworthy, and that diminishes not just the exterior but even the interior. Like, this is such a great story. Scene where she runs into an old classmate, and the classmate just looks so old. This is a man, and he looks so old and decrepit somewhat, and it's just a reflection of what she is in store for. Like, she's been maintaining her beauty to keep her job and her status and position in life, and she's been grasping at it for so long that she's losing her grasp on it and needs the cellular drug so that she can maintain the beauty and maintain the status. But he is a reflection of what she would look like if she doesn't do this. Demi Moore has never, in my opinion, and I've seen just about everything she's been in, she has never turned in a bad performance. She is always good in 40 years, and she is so fantastic in this film. She is perfect to tell this story too, because she is a legend and a veteran in this business. And I feel like it's somewhat of passing the baton to Margaret Qualley. Now, Margaret Qualley's mom is also a veteran, but I feel like Margaret's projects that she part of this early in her career actually mimic Demi Moore's career more than her mom, Andie MacDowell. That's what I feel. This beginning as she crescents career in the entertainment industry, she seems to be on a path, that trajectory, like Demi Moore in the choices she's making. And so this movie just seems like a baton passing too. She is perfectly cast. Not that she and Demi Moore look alike, that's not even the point, but their characters, they have this connection that just works in this movie. And most of the movie concentrates, the camera steadies her face and her facial expressions, and a lot of the acting is expressed emotionally, and who better to do it than me? She is so good in this movie. She expresses so much without any dialogue. I was so amazed. I mean, she is the formula. The camera just loves her. And she expresses that she is like reaching out to women, not just of a particular age, but all women. And I love that she is telling this story. There are a lot of close-ups, a lot of close-ups. And not just close-ups on Demi and Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid, but a lot of close-ups on objects too. Like the camera is telling the story in so many ways. The score is beautiful all around, top to bottom. This is a good film. This was written and directed by Coralie Farajit. She did an amazing job. Again, Demi Moore, my God, the performance she delivers in here. Oscars, tens across the board. Now, again, this is not for everybody, but I like the story of, you know how most of the fairy tales, they just say happily ever after the end. And this story is telling that that end doesn't continue because nobody, the gatekeepers will have us believe, nobody wants to see the aged woman, the maiden who was rescued by her knight in shining armor, that the masses doesn't want to see her aged, and that's why the ending is there, and she is suspended in time and beauty and youth. Because if we knew how they lived happily ever after, we'd see her age. And so I feel like that's why we never know what happens after the end. And this story unpacks a lot of that, the penetrating feeling women of a particular age feel because we've been told we have a shelf life. This movie is so, I love this movie. Now, what are the Oscar chances? Would she get an Oscar nomination for this performance? I think she deserves one, but body horror, rated R body horror is not singled out and honored at the Academy Awards. So I feel like her chances are slim, but if they gave this movie a chance, she'd be a shoo-in. This is a good film. I loved it. One of my favorite of the year. Everyone involved did a great job. Margaret Qualley just continues to prove that she is a formidable actress in this business, and the choices she's making are great. This is a good movie. Now, this will be released wide this coming weekend, September the 20th. I admonish you. Take your friends, your hive, and go see this movie. It is really good. Now, it's not horror like jump scares. It's just terrifying, especially women as we age. Trust me when I tell you, it's a good film. The Substance will be in wide release in theaters this coming weekend. See it on the biggest screen you can find.